Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Girls Gotta Talk podcast. I'm like not put together right now. I'm looking through my stuff for what I'm supposed to be uploading. Okay, let's just unravel some things so far. It's Monday morning. My episodes usually go up Monday morning at 10 a.m., right? If you know, you know. If you've been here for a little bit, you know. 10 a.m. Monday. I told you I'm not put together this morning. 10 a.m. Monday Eastern Standard Time, okay? I'm on the East Coast. Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. It is currently 10:41 a.m. on Monday Eastern Standard Time. 10:41 a.m. My episode should have been up 41 minutes ago, and I haven't even recorded it yet. Like, I'm sitting here recording the episode that is supposed to be up 41 minutes ago. With that being said, it has been a long week. I don't even know where to begin. It's felt like one of those weeks that is literally dragged on. I don't know why, but like now that I'm sitting here on a Monday morning, I'm like, wow, it's clearly been a week. I normally don't record during the week. It ends up being a weekend thing, and by weekend I mean usually Sunday night. I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my god, I really have to record now. Yeah, I didn't do that last night. So Friday I was gonna record, and then I was like, okay, you know what? No, I'll set up on Saturday. I'll do it on Saturday. It'll be fine. Yeah, Saturday came. JJ woke up on Saturday with like a 101 fever. He was literally miserable all day, that poor dude. I don't even know what he had, because Sunday he kind of bounced back. He didn't have a fever, but Saturday he was just like clingy. He was not feeling good. He just wanted to like be all lovey-dovey, lay on me, sit with me. Like, I felt bad. So I hung out with him all day, trying to make him better. He like honestly barely ate or drank anything on Saturday. I was kind of getting like really concerned, but it was bouncing between like 100 and 101. He was really warm. I could have known he was sick with the fact that he kind of woke up at like 4 a.m., which he's kind of been doing recently, but he put himself back to sleep. Like, he cried for a little bit and went back to sleep. I think he did that throughout the whole morning, not gonna lie, because he didn't fully like get up to cry to like wake up until noon. And he's not usually the type to do that. Lately, he's been up between 6 and 6:30 a.m. He's waking up at 12 in the afternoon. Like, something isn't right. So he finally got up at 12 p.m. And I'm like sitting there. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to give you something to drink. I'm going to give you something to eat. You slept all morning. Like, you're probably hungry. You definitely slept more than 12 hours. So yeah, he barely drank. He wouldn't really eat anything. Julian thinks it's like another tooth popping in somewhere, which I thought he was over like popping some teeth, but this one apparently is really affecting him. I don't know which one it is, but Saturday he barely ate. Sunday he started to eat. He bounced back. He didn't have a fever. He definitely was a lot more active, a lot more like, I don't want to say independent because he's a 2-year-old, but like he didn't have to be sitting by my side the whole day. Like, he was perfectly fine playing, that type of thing, but he still really wouldn't eat. But I've noticed that like if you give him like softer foods, like he was eating my ramen that I was eating, like all like the soft stuff. He loves like the applesauce pouches. He loved those. He killed a bunch of those. He had yogurt in the morning. Like, all the soft stuff he was killing. So I think it has to be like something teeth and mouth related, because other than that he just didn't want anything. I tried to give him donuts, and he's been loving donuts lately, and he would take like one bite and be over it. Normally he kills like honestly like 4 little munchkins. Like, he loves donuts, wouldn't eat them. So it was like a hit or miss on what you gave him. You had to kind of guess what he would eat, type of thing. So that was those 2 days. So yeah, Saturday I just did not record. Sunday during the day, it was trying to get him back on track, make sure he's good. And then yesterday was Super Bowl. So I obviously did not record yesterday. By the time the game was over and I would have recorded, it would have been like 11:30. And I just did not feel like doing that, to be honest. Yeah, no. Speaking of Super Bowl, I'm not usually one to watch football. I really had literally money on the, in my money, I mean like $10 on the 49ers winning, and I was doing pretty good until the last, I swear to God, like 3 seconds when the Chiefs decided to score, and I lost $10. But it's okay. It is what it is. I was very upset in the moment. I'm not going to lie, because literally 3 seconds I would have had that game, but it's okay. It happens. Like I said, I'm not usually like a football fan. I don't really get or watch football anyways, so it was just like that one game that I was like very interested in. But I feel like, I don't know, something about that was just like, it gets your adrenaline going. You get really into the game. Like I said, not really knowing what's going on, but I was very into it. But Super Bowl was fun. It was actually a really good game. So that was that. I did not want to record at 11 p.m. By the time the game was over, I was exhausted. I literally went to bed afterwards. Woke up at 8:30 this morning because I let JJ sleep instead of, I don't normally wake him up for daycare. Like I said, he's usually up between 6:30, if not 7. And because I know he hasn't been feeling good, he's been, I don't want to say acting weird, but you could just tell that something's up with him. I let him sleep, let him do his thing, let him rest, and then I took him to daycare, so he didn't really get up until like 8:30. So we didn't actually get to daycare until like 9:40, 9:45, and he's usually there between 8 and 8:30. So like walking in and they were like, "Oh, you slept in today, buddy? Like, did we sleep a lot this morning?" Like that type of thing. And I thought it was really funny that like the daycare teachers know your schedule, like when you're late based on like how you normally come during the week. So I thought that was really cute, really funny. And I was like, yeah, we slept. But anyways, I had to unravel all that. That was just not part of anything that has to do with this episode. But anyways, hello, we are back in this new setup. I wonder how many episodes it'll be until I'm like into this setup. I'm still so obsessed with it. I'm so excited. This worked out in my favor. It was one of those things, I think I probably mentioned this in the last episode, that it was one of those things where it was like envisioned in my head and it looked really good, really nice. I loved it, but I was scared to put it into like reality almost. Like I was scared to sit here and actually put this setup together, and then because if like for some reason if it didn't look good or I didn't like it or there was just something off about it, I would have cried. I would have been so upset. I was so excited for this to happen. And I would have been so sad if I like set this all up and it was like, oh my God, that looks awful. But I'm very obsessed. I probably will be obsessed for months to come, but I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I do have like a separate light over here. I said that last time that I didn't know if I wanted it on, but I'm also recording in the daytime. So like everything behind this curtain is like natural light. So there is a bunch of natural light in this room right now. So I feel like that's also what's making it look a lot better. So just looking at it right now just makes me so happy. I love the way this is turning out. But anyways, let's finally get into this topic. Intentions. I have no idea. Intentions. Oh, I do have to plan. I noticed that I have an episode, like I had this episode planned for this week, and I think I have an episode planned for next week. Oh my God. I'm like kind of getting over the stuffiness that I had as well. Finally almost over it, but I still have it a little bit and it drives me crazy. So I have an episode this week, I have an episode next week, and then after that, like I have nothing planned. Nothing is in the calendar. I do have an episode planned for sometime in March for some purpose. So I do have one episode planned for the middle of March, but like between 2 weeks from now when I'm recording this and like the rest of eternity, I don't have an episode planned for the podcast. So I have to get back into planning. I have to do a lot of planning. That should definitely be top intention this week because I don't know, I feel like I was doing so good. I don't want to fall off now because it's too early to fall off. It's too early to like get off of everything that I was doing so well. So that'll definitely be intention this week. Streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, anywhere you stream your podcast. We are here on YouTube, Girls Gotta Talk Podcast. Come subscribe, join that family if you'd like to watch episodes. I know when I first started listening to podcasts, I had to like physically watch it because if not, it was like really weird to me and kind of, I don't want to say creep me out, but like creep me out. So now I'm listening to them because like I mostly listen like in the car, like when I'm doing little mundane tasks throughout the house. I like pop my AirPods in and put on a podcast. But we are here if you want to watch. I'm not gonna lie, I know these go up on Spotify. I don't know if the video is included. I should probably know that, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't, so I have no idea. So today's episode, so today is February 12th. That's the day this podcast comes out. If you're listening, like I said, the day this comes out, if you listen to it, I'm literally recording it same day. So I'm literally recording, editing, and it's going up. I don't know what time. You'll find it wherever, like I said, you stream your podcast. Today is February 12th. It's Monday. So Wednesday, February 14th, is Valentine's Day. I've seen a lot of posts on Instagram of like all these girl friendships doing like Galentine's Day. I've never been included in one of those, but it looks really cute and fun. I thought it was super cute. So with Valentine's Day coming up, I thought it'd be cute to list like little first date ideas or like take yourself on a date kind of vibe. I've seen a lot of those videos on YouTube recently as well. And I think it's really cute. So we're going to go through a list of date ideas. Like I said, whether it's first date or just a date night with your significant other on Valentine's Day, or you want to take yourself on a date on Valentine's Day, all of the above. So the first thing I have was bowling. I have been going bowling with my brothers recently for the last couple of weeks. We've had like, I think 2 weeks ago we went for the first time, and then last week we went again. And my brother has been like really into like bowling and golfing lately. That's just been his little hobby. So I've always loved bowling. I think bowling is very underrated. Bowling is so much fun. Like it's not something you like have to be good at to have like a good time. You know what I'm saying? So like I think bowling is just a fun thing to do in general. So I feel like first date, I mean, I don't know if you'd want to go bowling by yourself, but you definitely can. Like, it's not the worst thing that you could do. Like I said, I just went with my brother. So like, I know it's supposed to be like first date ideas, but like even going with friends, like I swear bowling is so underrated. I don't get people that don't like bowling. I think it's a blast. So bowling number one. The next one is movies. This one I kind of divvied up a little bit. So obviously a lot of people do dates at movie theaters. I feel like first date is definitely really common movie wise, but to be honest, this might be a little biased opinion, but I think movies at home, like on the couch, setting up a little movie date situation is a lot better. I'm just really not a fan of the movie theaters. Like I said, this is definitely going to be a biased opinion over here. I'm just not a big movie theater person. I feel like there's just ends up being so many people. I get really overwhelmed. I don't like sitting there with like a whole bunch of people watching a movie. Like, I don't know. I was never just really a fan of movie theaters. I definitely prefer to watch movies at home. But I feel like either one could work, whether you go to the movies, get some snacks, popcorn, drink, that type of stuff. Or you set up like a little cozy situation in like a living room, whether you get like a whole bunch of blankets and pillows, and you can solve like snacks and popcorn and all that stuff. I feel like either way, it just turns into a good time. Honestly, pick a good movie and you guys are set. The next thing I have, it depends. This one depends on where you live, because where I live right now, it is very cold. And from what I've heard recently, depending on how the weather goes on Wednesday, we're supposed to get a whole bunch of snow. So this idea isn't really going to be suitable for anyone, at least on the East Coast around where I am. But the next thing I had was a picnic. I feel like whether you go to like an actual like place where there's picnic tables, or if you just set up like a blanket or something in the grass and set up a cute little area, I feel like I watch a lot of people based out of like Florida or like California or something, like LA YouTubers. They have obviously a bunch of beaches down there. The weather's typically always so much nicer than it is where I am, or like around where I am. Obviously down south or like out west tends to be a lot nicer. So like a picnic on the beach, set up like a little cute spot on a beach, like I said, a blanket, have some snacks, some food, a nice little picnic situation. I feel like that'll be so cute. And I feel like that's definitely something you can do either date-wise or definitely by yourself. I watched this one girl who's based out of Florida, and she does it all the time. Like, she'll go and set up like a little blanket and like watch sunset, read a book. She had like a picnic by herself. I thought it was the cutest thing ever. I wish there was an area. I mean, I don't want to say I wish. There's definitely a place where I could do that around here. Like I said, right now, weather-wise, probably not the smartest thing I could do, because it'll definitely be super cold, especially with the fact that we have snow potentially. Well, I don't want to say potentially, because it is coming. How much? I don't know. But we have snow coming, so that is just not ideal situation right now. The next thing that I have, probably this would be my go-to. If you know, you know. Getting coffee. A little coffee date. A little meet in the morning coffee situation. Coffee in the afternoon. Coffee anytime during the day for me, honestly. I'm not the type of person that caffeine affects like super crazy. So like I could go for coffee anytime. I feel like a little cute coffee date in the morning would be super cute. Or like, no, I'd probably change it to like afternoonish, like that little, not pick me up, but just not in the, like, you know what I'm saying? Not in the morning, but like not like 3-4 p.m. Like a little cute little 1 p.m. coffee date would be super cute. And that is definitely another thing that's like a first date, get to know the person situation. Like that's social setting. Could be very comfortable type of vibe, or it's something like you're sitting in a coffee shop by yourself, either doing some work or you just want to get coffee. Like I said, these are like based on of if you want to go with your significant other, or if you want to just go by yourself and be that girl that takes herself on a date, or that guy. I don't know if that works. I don't know if you guys are into that, but girls definitely are. The next thing I have is a little more basic, but I feel like it's still really nice. It goes along with the coffee setting of getting to know the person situation. If you go out for a little lunch date or dinner date, I know a dinner is a very common thing, especially if you combine it with the movies, a little dinner and a movie night. I feel like those are definitely, like I said, the most common, but they're still also very nice. I feel like they're not like oh my God, dinner, like so basic. Like a nice dinner is still, I don't know, like a nice thing. Like I don't know. I feel like I'm like overthinking it now. The next thing I have is getting ice cream. My sweet tooth self is definitely going to put this on the list. I'm down for getting ice cream anytime. It could be the middle of winter. And I always want ice cream, especially after I eat. Like I just always want something sweet after I eat, especially dinner. So going to get ice cream, like I said, even if it's in the middle of a winter, is still a vibe. I think that's still perfectly okay. I am also a type of person that it'll be freezing outside and I'm gonna walk around with my iced coffee because I prefer iced over hot. So no matter what time it is, no matter what time of the year it is, getting ice cream I feel like is definitely a go-to. I highly recommend that one. The next one I have is either a walk, a straight up walk, whether it's around a little area, down a little trail. I don't know, like just going for a nice walk. I feel like this could be done either obviously in really nice weather, but places get really like crowded and packed when it's nice because everyone loves it and wants to be outside. I feel like even if the weather isn't, so to speak, perfect, it's a bit chilly but still kind of nice. It's nice to get outside. It was like that the other day. It's been like 30, 40 degrees. It hit like 60 the other day, so I could only imagine what places were like with everyone trying to go on walks because of the fact that it was finally super nice out, better than it's been recently. But I don't know, just getting up and getting outside and like walking, even if it's for like half an hour, however long you want to do it for, it just feels so nice. I feel like going on a little walk, like chit-chatting, small talk is a good time. A walk on the beach sounds a little cliche, but I don't know if it's just me. That still sounds like super perfect to me. Like that sounds like the best time of my life. Like I love personally just hearing the water and being by the water. So I feel like a walk on a beach makes a walk a lot more, like a lot better. A lot more, I don't want to say enjoyable because like a walk is still enjoyable, but it's just, I don't know. There's just something different about it. But a walk in general has been one of my favorite things to do. I've definitely been into like a whole walking era. So any type of walk right now is just perfect. The next thing I have is probably still a little cliche, watching the sunset. If it's a little like beach action, watching it on a beach, sitting in a car somewhere that you just get a really good view of the sunset. I don't know. There's something about sunsets to me. I'm definitely more of a sunset than a sunrise person, mostly because I don't want to get up early to watch a sunrise. But something about just like sitting, like parked car conversation type of vibe is what I got from that. And those are just so like nice and honestly very therapeutic at times. So just sit, watch the sunset. That would be so cute. Watching a sunset also by yourself is probably therapeutic because you're just there living life by yourself, enjoying the moment type of situation. To me, that's just a really good time. Going along with walks, going on a hike. It depends on your just if you want to go for a casual walk or if you're in like a hiking either mood or if that's what you'd rather do. Going on a hike could be a really good time. That's a long time for some chit chat, get to know someone. Time to yourself. I know hikes typically aren't very short, so you definitely have a lot of time for yourself. Normally they're like very scenic, which just makes it so much better. So going on a hike is definitely, I feel like, up there on lists of things to do. This one, I don't know if it's really a first date situation. I wouldn't be opposed to it, but going to an aquarium, I love aquariums personally. I feel like I've turned this into a very personal episode talking about I love all of these, which is why they're on a list that I made. But going to an aquarium is so much fun. I haven't actually been to many. I've been to like certain ones, but I just love aquariums. I love walking around. I love looking at it. I love seeing all the little fishies. I can't wait to take, he's been there with Julian, but I can't wait to like, I haven't been there with him, but I want to take my son to an aquarium. I feel like that'll be a really fun time, but that's besides the point of this first date ideas. Going to an arcade, I feel, I don't know if, like I said, this is turning very personal because I feel like I keep going, I wouldn't mind going to an arcade. I tend to be a very competitive person, low key. So going to an arcade, going to an arcade just sounds like a very good time to me. I don't see anything wrong with it. I feel like that's another thing where you just have a good time, joke around, still try to get to know the person type of situation, but you kind of see like what their interests are, like sport wise or game wise, or I don't know, like, and it's not even just arcade. Like you can go to like, I don't know what places are around the world, but like a Dave and Buster's if you're from where I'm from, like East Coast side. I know there's a lot of Dave and Buster's, arcade and like restaurant type vibes. I feel honestly can be a very good time. The last thing I have is ice skating or rollerblading. I feel like, I don't know, like that could just be like a very cute moment, like ice skating. It could be like a holding hands moment, or like just having a good time. Rollerblading, same thing. I don't know. I feel like I randomly thought of this. I forget what I was doing or like what I was watching. I don't know. This was the last thing on my list. So I like out of the blue, something had to spark it where I was like, oh my God, ice skating, rollerblading. Because if people don't like ice skating or don't know how to ice skate, they could rollerblade, and then vice versa. If you don't know how to rollerblade and you rather ice skate, like that type of situation. But I feel like that's still like a fun time. I know a lot of people go in the winter. New York City is very popular for ice skating. There's definitely a bunch of ice skating rinks, rollerblade rinks around that you can go to. It's definitely another place that could be very popular with people and very overwhelming at times, but I don't know. I still feel like that's a very fun idea. I haven't done either in a very long time, so maybe that's why it sparked to me. I can't remember what I was doing where I was like, oh my God, I got to add this to my list. But I don't know. But like I said, Valentine's Day is coming up. You need any ideas? Take any from this list. Make a little cute situation happen, a cute little plan. But with that being said, that is all I have for this episode. I'm so sorry that I was out very late, but I hope you guys still enjoyed. I hope you guys have a very great Valentine's Day, a great rest of your week, considering it is Monday. It's the start of a whole new week. I love you guys so much, and I'll be back next week with a brand new episode. Bye.